do apologize about that. I do have a newborn, so I do have to pause every once in a while to go check on said newborn among the other few kids. So, now then, back to what we were doing. We have our giant lung trains, we have our station here in the flats. That's what we're waiting on. So from there to there, it runs out of water. Simple as that. It's an easy solution to this. It depends on if we want our transportation hub to be spread out, or if we just want everything to go more flat. And cities are easily congested. So because of that, let's do this. Revenue's up, goes up. Going to pause it. Going to buy a station. We could buy it down here in Oklahoma City, or we could supply industries. In the past, I loved to supply industries. It was the favorite thing because as soon as you got more going in, you were able to haul stuff back. But it runs out of money very quickly. So, Oklahoma City is. We need a rent house that's sending in water. We do this as a necessity. So, because of this, we probably will have Dallas be a transportation hub for down south. But I think Dallas will probably be the slowest we get. Let's go ahead and buy that new packing plant just so it doesn't disappear as well. It's still fairly profitable. These here are just mediocre because they are hauling from so far away. But this means that because we will be going just a short distance from Oklahoma City to Dallas, we probably won't need the fast one. We can go for the cheaper one. So this one is 22,000 or 32,000 a year versus 35,000 a year. Or 27,000 a year. It's 22,000 a year. So we're gonna go with consolidation. Oklahoma City to Dallas. That's just going to be this, because there's nothing else we need from that. They're more as a rest stop than anything else. We don't run out of water. So we have our giant lung train here. Fargo finally getting an extra house. Duluth has several houses now. Minneapolis is still growing as well. Platte turning into a nice little hub. So this one is worth 300,000. This one is worth 300,000. Currently, we are sitting on still look at all of that cattle. 14 cattle, 9 grain. So what we're going to do, we're going to look at our this train. On purpose, because I'm going to buy a train, which will be a 10-wheeler, faster speed overall. Pops up to there. Which is perfect. So I thought to Fargo. Then we come back here and look at this train. Which means we buy 10-wheeler, purchase, and go straight to like that. Problem solved. Okay. So now we have $600,000. About roughly $700,000 now. We have 4 trains that run on this line. And I think about 4 trains on this line. this line here is the most profitable at the moment because of our giant long cattle trains. It's going to be a double giant. Because as well as it also has the most opportunity. Because we can branch off these into Dodge City, Omaha, Oklahoma, or we have Oklahoma City, but Lubbock, as well, Kansas City and St. Louis, which is also another favorite starting spot of many people. So we have it to Oklahoma City, which is for now enough, because we have another bridge there, so it's going to be another 200,000 or so. Still poor, that's still mediocre, that's still mediocre, that's still poor. You're pleased with us? Our XP is low, but it will be getting higher. So I think what we'll end up doing is we'll electrify our lines, but we'll only do it for the passenger trains. But see, there's the dilemma again though, because the passengers won't end up making us as much money. Now we're fully double on a main line from Dallas-Fort Worth to North Platte, Nebraska. We're buying these so that way they can't go away. That's negative 7,000, that's negative 1,000, negative 4,000. Perfect. There's the Bobo. 10,000. Over here, we check our managers. We have traction better, steam, and cheaper fuel costs. Higher security, higher revenue, higher passenger revenue. Traction is really only useful in the hilly areas. Fuel costs are always better, especially on the long journeys. Security is better, but we're not really getting robbed now. Station revenue is higher, passenger revenue. We're not really dealing with passenger revenue at the moment, so it's mostly those very long cattle trains from North Platte to Dallas, as well as the grain trains from North Platte to Duluth. The Duluth, or North Platte to Fargo, the Duluth to Minneapolis at this point is more just for the passengers than anything else. It's just that added little bonus in case something else falls through and we have to sell a whole bunch of stuff. So I think we're going to end up with the fuel costs. Now we can check this up. Swap the wheels. Perfect. That's higher, that's higher. So we have $1.327 million profit. So we have our first electric train. So what do we do? Well, the electric goes from with poor acceleration, poor reliability. We'll have 4 cars at 43 miles an hour, 38 miles an hour. Let's electrify our first lines. It's a steel plant there. It's way. Now, come up to the very first train. That and that. Take off these because it's not being used anymore. Take off that because we're losing the demand there. And we replace this train. The Minneapolis-St. Paul Bullet. Because we have 4 cars, 4 cars. Each of these weighs 15 tons, 30 tons, 15 tons. So an average of 20 tons. Same there. Replace the Bobo. is at 20 tons. That's what we're looking for speed versus that. That's huge.